So this week is actually a pretty big week. I spent a lot of time being very introspectful. I mean, let's be real, there's just a lot going on in the world. But this week is actually the 1 year anniversary of me suffering a brain bleed a year ago. So it was a year ago Sunday, I was in the hospital, and we were not in our home city, in a different city. We were actually there for a business meeting, and I went to bed one night and I was fine. And the next morning I wasn't. And Kat had to rush me to the hospital, and first they said, well, it could be a stroke. Then they thought maybe early onset MS without any diagnostics. But and it turned out I had a bleed in my brain. And we were in this really weird time in the business. So we were just coming off the high of a very successful 3-day event. It was our second one, I think, at that point. But our business model was not working. So at that point, we were actually called $1 Million Sisterhood, if you're newer to watching our show. So we had a different business name, and our business model was actually a membership platform. And we were really struggling hard. Like, we were hustling so hard to make that business model work. Like, putting in so many hours, basically not getting paid anything, just like donating our salary back to the company to keep it afloat. And we had a real disjoint. And so when I got sick and I couldn't work for about a month, and Kat was doing everything on her own alone because I couldn't even be on the computer, we had to sit down and have a really good look at what wasn't working. And we went after I was better, and we spent like a day with one of our mentors. And it was really from that, like, literally, guys, like, our business almost on the point of failure. Like, we should just give up. Like, why are we working so hard for no money? And why is it something that was like, I think at that point we were only asking $47 a month for our membership platform. And it was still so hard to sell. And people just we would get a little bit of interest, but not a lot. And so when we sat down, what we really uncovered, and so when you have that moment of like just a hard stop in your life, and it really makes you evaluate your values,